Hey everyone. Yeah, I'm in the bath. I'm sort of like a bit hot, so I've got my legs dangling out, but I'm still in my bath. I got all my bathroom there. Isn't it cool? I love it. I was thinking, I've done something on. Oh shit! I forgot what I was going to say. Oh god. All right, yeah. Writing down positive things about yourself. Now, you can go the other way. It is a way of analysing yourself deeper. And it is soul searching, and you've got to be dead honest with yourself. Um, what the negative sides of you, toxic behaviours, toxic reactions, to things, why maybe you're fearful, maybe, you binge drink or whatever, or, take lots of drugs and, try and escape the world, looking deep into why all this happens. You have to search deep, and you have to be very open with everything that's happened in your life, and try and link these negative parts of yourself. There's this massive scale of negativity, from not being able to say no, not being able to say yes, being too angry, being too placid, letting people walk over you, things like that. There's a big scale of toxic behaviour. But it all stems back to something. And when you can relate it to something, what brings on these fears and thoughts and actions, because everybody has actions to a certain trigger, whether they're good or bad. You have good triggers, you have a happy time, you're laughing, giggling, having fun. The adrenaline's pumping in a good way. But then there's a negative side, where, the kickoffs, the anger, the fights, the aggression, it can destroy you, the suicidal tendencies. There's all sorts of things. So, when you do soul search, when you do try and understand yourself, it's like with everything, you've got to take the dark with the light. And you've got to know that this is okay, that it's okay to have these ways of thinking and ways of acting, because there's been good reason behind it all. Some's medical, some's, been, the way that we've been brought up and conditioned, there's always a reason. And there's always reason for triggers, even those with mental health issues that have been born with them, they still have their triggers, it can be controlled in certain aspects. Obviously there are the extreme cases where it can't be, unfortunately, which is a shame. But yeah, the brain is a very strange computer. It's our main computer. It does everything for us. It what makes us move. It makes us breathe. It keeps us running. The main operating system. And you've got to treat it right. You can add memory to it. You can delete memory. You can dump files. It's got all that sort of thing. And you can also sort of like upgrade it as well, just by putting in the right sort of RAM and memory and, and all that stuff, the right graphics card and the right sound card and all. I don't know if they do sound cards anymore or anything like that, but I'm not up to tech anymore. I've been away from computers for a long time. I used to be alright. I used to be able to know a bit of shit, but nah, I wasn't around computers for quite a few years. So I've just lost track of it all because it moves so quickly. Everything progresses. I know we're on Windows 11 now. I've tried Windows 10, but when I was definitely doing computers, it was back Windows 7. I knew how to operate that, but all this new stuff is all changed. It's like, oh, I've got to learn it all again. But yeah, it's the same as your mental health, you know. You get upgrades. Some are bad, some are good. You know, there's the beta version, and you get the 2.0, and then you get the 2.1, and you know, it goes up. It's the same with your brain. You know, you can dump all that bad processing and all that bad memories and all that stuff, and reboot and put in a better operating system. Put in programs that work, and then make the PC run faster and make it function better. But yeah, you've got to take out the bad stuff too. You've got to acknowledge what the bad stuff is. Same as in a computer, you've got to find the viruses, what's causing all the problems, and remove them. You know, all this conditioning and preconditioned thoughts about ourselves and who we are as people, you know, and how we think about ourselves. Because how, you know, like I say, the triggers make us react in certain ways, whether they're good or bad. And it's just figuring out what makes you tick, which is what they call soul searching. You know, and you try and unlearn all that toxic behaviour, all those toxic thought patterns and processes and behaviours, and you just replace it with healthy ways of thinking, more positive, more nurturing to yourself. You know, you need to take this time out for yourself if you want to evolve. It's part of the process. But you know, once you start caring about yourself and you start caring about the world. You know, and you start recognizing the toxic people around you, and you start realizing their toxic patterns and the reasons why they've got these problems as well. You know, there's always something behind it. Yeah, negativity breeds negativity, and positivity breeds positivity. So if things aren't going well and you're unhappy, you've got to look deep down at what the reasons why you're not happy. And if you do want to move forward, sometimes you have to make those drastic measures to make your life better, you know, because you have these people that will drag you down and keep you down just for their own benefit, and you know, you'll never make a life. You know, I'm 47 now. If I'd have known this back when I was fucking 16, you know, my life could have been so much different. I've wasted all that time. So it's like my daughter, she's learning very quickly what I've been learning over these 47 years, like especially over these last few months, since last year, November. And you know, through my healing with the mental health issue, you know, stuff, you know, I talk to her a lot about it, and she understands. She's very smart. Yeah, she's got a brilliant brain. But obviously the stresses of everything, hers is shut down too. But yeah, it's coming back. She's buzzing away. She's got a new flat, and she actually got a job today as well. It's a job that she's done before. So she knows exactly what she's got to do. It's basically, she can do it from home as well, and she's moving to a new home. So yeah, everything's opening up for her, and she's absolutely buzzing away, and it's brilliant, and so am I. The pair of us, we seem to be moving forward, and it's brilliant. But it's because we're getting rid of all these toxic beliefs about ourselves, and toxic behaviours that we've picked up along the way. And it's good to drop them all. It does take time and a lot of work, and it does take 100% honesty with yourself, good and bad. You know, you've got to take the good with the bad. You can't just say that, you know, you're all this, that and the other, but when, you know, you're a lot of other things. And I know it's hard to accept. Just me, you saying, you know, it's hard to accept those things in you. But, you know, I can see the sort of person you are just in those, you know, your comments, you know. You're so supportive, you're so loving and kind, you know, you're intelligent, you know exactly what I'm going on about, you understand it. You know, give yourself more credit, you know, you're passing on the knowledge, you're acknowledging it for starters, like not a lot of people can. And it's good that you are, you know, and I'm sure that you will pass on the knowledge to other people. It'll have domino effects across the world. yeah, it's definitely about how you think about yourself. Is a way forward. If you think negatively about yourself, you're going to be stuck in the same cycles. But acknowledging all your positive aspects, no matter how small. You can burp the loudest, you can fart the loudest. I don't know. Mine sounds like a duck sometimes. My belly sounds like a whale. Just daft things. Just me commented. Just one a day, one a week. Just write it down on a piece of paper, make a list, no matter how long it takes. And then, over time, you will get a list and read them back every day. Your positive things. I mean, you only have to do your negative thing once. You don't have to keep going back and reliving that. You just need to acknowledge them so you can work on them. I mean, there will be things about yourself that you might not be able to change, but then you have to come to terms with that sort of thing. But when you start realizing who you are, then, any differences that you have from anybody else, insecurities, that they go out the window, they go away eventually. But yeah, it does take work. It's taken me a good number of years to get this far. And the sooner you do it, the better, because then you've got the rest of your life to live, without any of this stress and panic and anxiety. It's a good thing. Just to let it all go, you don't have that fear anymore. Just to be you, and do what you need to do to get by. The world's your oyster when you can be yourself. You don't have to pretend to anybody, to fit in or anything like that. If they don't like you, then they're probably not a nice person anyway, so you don't really want them in your life. That's the conclusion that I've come to anyway. It's like, 12 minutes, 12 seconds, 15 seconds now. But when I looked at it, it was 12:12. It's another repeating number. So I must be doing the right thing, I'm getting all these messages, seeing feathers and butterflies and all sorts of stuff everywhere. Random little things in songs and stuff. It's good. I must be doing the right thing. So anyway, I'll stop waffling and say goodbye. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye.